Sunday evening, July the 14th. Tonight's campsite. I'm not going to say where it is here for a moment. It's clearly off of we'd call it a gravel road. It's actually gravel and sand, which I kind of got a little squirrely coming in there a little bit ago for a moment. Here's the other way, and then some folks in a, what is it, the Toyota 4Runner or something just went by. And I think they might have had like a mountain bike or two on top of it. So they're probably up in there doing some riding would be my anyhow, you know what? I'm going to start with names of people I met. And actually, I'm going to start with the very last first, just because I don't want to lose this name. I almost did, but then I just now got it again. So at a gas station in oh man, Palmer? I don't know why I keep thinking Palmer. It's not Palmer. But anyhow, at a gas station here this afternoon, I met a young man and his dad. It looked like they're traveling. I know the mom and the sister came out after the fact. I didn't realize they were together until I saw them heading out to the same vehicle. But anyhow, the young man was asking me about, I think about the GoPro, about my ride and just all that stuff, and just seemed very interested. And just a friendly young guy. If I had to guess, I'm going to say he's, I don't know, less than 10. So again, young guy. And, but anyhow, his name was Elior. I believe that's the way you pronounce it. Elior. And then his dad's name was Adam. And also just a friendly, nice guy. And it was great to meet the two of you guys. Told them about the YouTube channel, of course, and they said they were going to check it out. So I hope you guys are watching. And again, just certainly great to meet you guys. And Elior, just what a neat young man. I love that curiosity and just that interest you had, and just don't ever lose that, man. So very cool. Great to meet you all. It's gonna bug me. I can't think of the name of that little town. Okay, but now that I've said that, let me say this. That town, as with where we are now, is in Wisconsin. About 3 o'clock this afternoon, we crossed there at Lake Superior at Duluth, Minnesota. There's like an inlet from Lake Superior going up inland. I was looking at it on the GPS, and I didn't see what it was actually called, but it's again, it's Lake Superior at Duluth going inland, and there's a great old big bridge. It looked like it was, in a way, just looked like we were crossing a big old river, and at that point maybe that's what it was turning into. I was going to say, or coming out of. I don't think it went that far up in there. I'm really not sure. Again, my apologies. Something I should look at a map and just kind of see, just for curiosity's sake. But yeah, there at Duluth, crossed the great old big bridge into Superior, Wisconsin, right about 3 o'clock. And what's so cool about that, besides the fact it's another state on the big Mission Motorcycle Adventure 2022, it's also my last state that I hadn't been to. So now, and I'm just so thankful. I thank the Lord for each and every single state. But now I can say that I've been to every state in America except for Hawaii. And that said, if any of y'all want to pay to send Lori and I to Hawaii so I can check that box as well, we would greatly appreciate it. So anyhow, so yeah, man, good stuff. Definitely a milestone in my young life. So the campsite tonight, I showed it to you. To me, it has a feeling of like, state land. It's not posted. It's off of Route 13. We are off of Route 13, going around the south shore of Lake Superior. Now, it came down this morning. Again, last night we had camped, and it was Superior National Forest. Last night I said I wasn't sure, but it was. And just outside of Grand Marai, I think is how you say that name. I wasn't sure about that either, but I do believe that's pretty close. Grand Marai. We were just north of it, on Route 61. Excuse me. Off of Route 61, camped there in the National Forest last night. So went into town first thing this morning. There was a place, I think it was called actually World's Greatest Donuts. So I bought a couple donuts and a cup of coffee and sat there at the water, there at the lake at a picnic table for a while and drank the coffee and ate one of the donuts. I didn't eat them both then. I ate just one of them and saved one for later. But yeah, I was there for a while. I made a phone call. I talked to Pappy, which is my boss Quentin, my old boss Quentin's dad. And Pappy had worked there as well, and I got to know Pappy a bit. And I'm just so thankful I did, because he was a great guy, just a good old boy. And he's down in Jacksonville, Florida right now, visiting with family. But Pappy and I have been calling each other now really for quite some time, all the way back to Oregon, I'm going to say, is maybe where it had started, maybe even before, but I'm thinking it was Oregon. So we're talking, a long time ago, and just playing phone tag. And so finally, though, we hooked up this time. So it was great talking to you, Pappy, and God bless you, dude. And just you and your son, man, you guys are just good people, and I just thank the Lord for you, and just the getting to know you guys, and yeah. So let's see, Pappy. I called my Uncle David. I'm afraid I've got the wrong number. I didn't get to talk to him. But then this afternoon later, I did. Actually, I might have tried her then. I didn't get her, but I did call. Well, I don't think I did. Called Lori later in the day, and I did get to talk to her, thankfully. Because it's my woman, man. And, again, I've been gone for, I think Tuesday will be 13 weeks. Or was last Tuesday 13 weeks? Now, see, I don't even remember. I have to look that up too. Oh, man. Been gone for a long time, and I miss my woman and my dogs and the rest of the family, which I've said multiple times, but how could I not, The longer I go, the more I miss them. But I'm just blessed to be out here, though, and I'm so thankful that, as I said, we're in Wisconsin now. 200.1 miles today, to be exact. So not a whole bunch, but that was plenty. That was a good ride. Beautiful ride again. Going back to being up at Grand Marai. Yeah, just coming down today, all the way down to Duluth. Just beautiful ride. And then Duluth, going through Duluth, I pretty much went through it and crossed that ginormous bridge into Wisconsin without hesitating. I didn't slow down, so to speak. I mean, I actually, my route took me through like a little bit of the town. There's some stoplights and all that. And I was on the interstate today as well for like a mile and a half on 35. And then on 535 for like another, we'll just say 2 miles. I don't think it was that far. So about 3.5 miles on interstate today. Yeah, just rolled on through Duluth. And it looked like a big town. It looked like a cool town, too. It looked pretty neat, just, from what I saw of it. Couple more people. That gas station there where I met the young man and his dad. Also, first guy I met in there was the guy who worked in there. His name's Mike. And Mike told me that he's a new rider. It sounded like he started riding not too long ago. He didn't say specifically when, but I think he just referred to himself as a new rider. And just a good dude, though. Just spoke to him, and actually spoke to him again before I left. And just a great guy. And good to meet you, Mike. And I wish you the best and good riding, brother. And then I was out at the bike. A guy pulls up. Actually, I'd seen him in the store already, he and his daughter, but then he pulled over there to, speak to me before he left, driving this old blue Dodge. And I mean old blue Dodge. It turns out it's a 68 camper special is what the emblem said on the side of it, which I can't say that, I'm not familiar with it. Not that I'm a, big big car or truck guy, but I mean, I love them. I just don't know the, all the years and the models like some people do. My father-in-law, he can, not so much trucks probably, but cars. He can, see an old classic car and he can tell you what year it is and all that stuff, which is pretty neat. So anyhow, this guy was driving, like I said, this old 1968 blue Dodge, and a young man had his, like I said, his little daughter there with him, and we were talking, and he's asking about my trip, and all that, and I asked him if he rode, and he said, well, he used to until I had 5 of these, kind of referring to his daughter there. And I said, well, it's definitely, all about priorities. And, clearly them kids are more important than riding. I'd say, more important than anything else in his life, I could imagine. But his name was Dave. And Dave, it was good to meet you. He's the reason I'm up here. He and Mike both. He suggested taking this ride along the South Shore. Talked about when he used to ride. He said it was one of his favorites. And then I asked Mike about it, talked to Mike about it, and he was telling me about how nice it was, and I thought, how could I not come up here? So thankfully I did, and it is just a couple of the, the little towns I've came through already are just neat little old towns. I bought my dinner at one of them back there just a little ways ago. But yeah, I wanted to tell you all, you wouldn't believe, so I bought this smoked salmon, and it was like couple pieces of it, one decent sized piece and then one big old piece. Well, the first one I started with, the decent sized piece, I was just blown away. It's called candied salmon or candy salmon, and it's got, it's smoked and it's got like this glaze on it or something, and I was just blown away, and it was so good. And then I went to set it down, and I dropped it right there in the sand right behind Zeke. And my first thought, I actually, said it in my mind to myself. I said, I'm going to eat that. There's no way I'm not going to eat that. Something like that. It's what I said to myself. But then I picked it up, and it was just covered with sand. It was so gross. It was so sad, actually. So needless to say, I put it aside, and I did not eat it. But I still had the other big piece, and I ate most of the other piece, but I've still got some that'll be for tomorrow, which, God willing, be breakfast of champions. And also cheese curds. I bought these cheese curds there too, which was mighty good. So, yeah, I think I've said enough for tonight. We're up over 12 minutes, it looks like here. I'm going to have to say the name of that little town tomorrow. I've just got to look that up and figure that out. But anyhow, that's enough. Appreciate y'all watching, and God bless y'all, and good night. And again, just pleasure meeting all you guys today, Dave and Mike, and oh man, and the young man and his father, Adam and his son. Great to meet you all.